This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
You are now in tune into to the Dead Monkeys in Outer Space podcast with your host, Jay to the Mark. Listener discretion.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Dead Monkeys in Outer Space podcast. I am your host for this journey. This is Jay to the Mark, to the number 2, THAMAR. Follow or swallow on Twitter and Instagram, and check the show out on YouTube, SoundCloud, Google Play Store, and also on Black Junction TV. First and foremost, let me just get this out the way real quick. I just want to send well wishes out to the victims of more bomb packages that exploded in Texas again. You know, this time they weren't delivered to the house. They were actually like on the street somewhere, out in the open, where everybody could get it. You know, so who knows if like a little baby picked that shit up? You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was probably a tripwire that sent it off or something. I'm not sure, but my well wishes go out, you know, to the people in Texas, and I'm pretty sure it was placed in a certain neighborhood or a certain area. I'm pretty sure of that. So there's people out there, just be careful, y'all. Be careful. Well, since last episode, Craig Mack has passed away. Craig Mack died March 11th, which is kind of weird, right? You know, Biggie died March 9th. Craig Mack died March 11th. 9/11. No, I'm just fucking with the conspiracy people. But it's weird because, you know what, I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a big Craig Mack fan or whatever the case may be. Like certain people were, I guess, you know, oh, we miss you. I'm like, yeah, but y'all didn't fuck with him when he's here, you know. But, you know, Craig Mack deserves, you know, credit for, you know, his contribution to hip hop. You know, and I'm thankful for it. You know, I'm grateful for it. People can still play Flavor in your ear to this day. You know, and he had his, you know, his own style, which was pretty dope. You know, but it wasn't like my type of you know, hip hop. You know, that animated type of style, I guess, if you want to call it. But he pretty much, you know, put Bad Boy out like that. Like he put it, you know, like made it a name, you know, for the most part. And then Biggie rapped first on that Flavor in Your Ear remix, and that was a rap. That was it. Won't be around next year. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that in reference to him passing. I'm just saying. I just remember a lot of this shit that he was doing. And I think the main reason, Gene Deal, the bodyguard for Biggie, and Bad Boy bodyguard for the most part, he recently spoke out and he said like pretty much like Puffy didn't really fuck with him because Craig Mack, because Craig Mack wouldn't switch over his management, you know. So I guess it kind of worked out for him in a sense, you know. You didn't get jerked, but yeah, you wasn't that famous or popular or whatever, because I'm pretty sure Puffy would have included him in more stuff or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I think Puffy was, you know, full of shit with him from the jump. There's this clip. It's on. I think it's on MTV, like Yo MTV Raps or some shit. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's Craig Mack and it's Puffy, if I remember this correctly. So they're sitting down, right, and Biggie is like blowing up at this point, right? So Biggie's the shit. Now everybody know who Puffy is and everything, right? So fucking Puffy is talking, and I think the interviewer asked Craig Mack, like, you know, yo, so when is your new album coming out? And then they give the generic answer that every artist give. Well, we're working on it. We got, and before he even finished it, Puffy just cut him off. He was just like, yeah, it's coming out soon. We're working on it. And then Craig Mack was like shocked that he said that. It's like, really? How the fuck you ain't tell me? You know what I'm saying? And he like looks like at the camera, or he looks like at Puff, or like a certain way. It's fucking funny. You gotta check it out. But again, rest in peace to Craig Mack, his family, friends, condolences. Yeah, rest in peace, man. Actually, one more thing about that. Craig Mack was in a cult. He was in a religious cult. A lot of people don't know that. Craig Mack was only 46 years old. I don't even know the cause of his death. I don't even know if they said it. I'm not sure. But he was in a religious cult. Watch it. It's on YouTube. You could check it out. It's kind of strange and weird. And a lot of people didn't talk about that. It was Puffy and them then. I don't know. They could have just rescued him. I don't know. Whatever. But, also speaking of rest in peace and condolences, I want to say rest in peace and condolences to the people who were crushed by that bridge in Florida. FIU, Florida, it was an international university or whatever. And I was just like, damn, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, 6 people got killed so far, right? And you see some of the damage, how the cars got crushed and shit, and you're like, damn. And I just look at shit like that, and I'm just like, I think we as a society don't value life. Like, I think we really don't value life as do. Like, we live like in a Call of Duty society, like a Cowboys and Indians, like for real. And I'm just like, I don't get that. Like, for instance, those people died, and it's just like, they're gone. Like, I don't think people get that about, life and death. Like for instance, like, you might feel as though you have shit to say, you have shit to do. You want to say goodbye to your loved ones. Those people was probably coming home from work. Some probably going to work. Some going to get their paycheck, going to see their girl, going to see their mother, their kids, whatever. We don't know. And then like an instant, bam, it's done. Probably didn't know what hit them. Some of them. Like, holy shit, bam. And it's just over. And I think things like that like kind of bother me, because I think people, they take life for granted, man. And they don't value certain shit. It's like a joke. I think it was Hell Rel from the Diplomats. He had a altercation with these guys in the restaurant, in front of his family. The guys would, try to beat him up or whatever, jump him. And he did like a post interview, like, after the fact. And he was like, yeah. They lucky I ain't have, whatever type of gun he said or whatever. They lucky I ain't have that on me. You know what I'm saying? They lucky I ain't have my heat on me or whatever he said, right? Because it's a million different words for guns and shit, right? But anyway, he said that, and he's just like, yeah, because if I had that on me, man, one of y'all would be laying up in the emergency room. Y'all be in the hospital. Something to that effect. Meaning that he'll shoot them if he had his gun on him. But when he said in the emergency room in the hospital, I'm like, nah. Usually the intent of shooting somebody is to kill. It's shoot to kill. It's not shoot to fucking I don't know, maim or just skin them or something like that. No, if you shoot them, they're not gonna be in the emergency room. They're gonna be under the ground, dead, no longer here. And I think, like I said, we live in a Call of Duty society where motherfuckers think you respawn, I guess, after you get hit. Oh, you'll be all right. You just got shot. Like, motherfuckers brag about, I got shot. Oh, did you thank God that you still here? Shit. I don't know. I just think people who don't take life is that serious. Speaking of 6, did you see that 6 more women came out against your boy Donald Trump? I call him Beetlejuice. Yeah, I call him Beetlejuice. Don't worry, I won't say his name a third time, so he'll pop up or whatever. But you know what bugs me about this guy is that just actually this the whole idea of if you or me or anybody who's not the president, it seems, if I was to say or do what the president does at my place of employment, I'll lose my job. How the fuck is he, most of the shit he don't even fucking apologize for. He just says it or does it. And people are like, oh, that's fucked up, and nothing happens. I know a motherfucker who got fired. Well, I don't know the person, but I heard of a situation where a motherfucker got fired because I think a woman was walking past and he looked at her reflection like in the glass door or something, and I guess he probably was like, God damn, or damn, she got nice, whatever. He got fired for fucking complimenting the fucking reflection. No lie. But it's like, this guy can say whatever the fuck he wants to say. I don't know. He's crazy. He's just fucking stupid. I just again, I'm not the smartest guy. I'm not, a man doesn't have shortcomings himself. I'm not perfect. But, I just observe a lot of things. Like the walkout, the school walkout that happened, was it last week? A month after the Parkland shooting in Florida. It was a nationwide walkout. Not just Florida, not just that one school, nationwide. The whole country walked out of school. And I had some interesting thoughts about it, Well, what I thought was interesting, because, around the same time, a lot of crazy shit happened. Like little things, and it's like a chain reaction of shit. Like, for instance, the day before that walkout, 2 school staffers was given a demonstration in class with their guns, and the guns went off in 2 schools, one in California, one in Virginia. And I think in California, one of the bullet fragments hit one of the kids in the throat. And he has a bruise, a very visible bruise. And, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? And Trump, he said, how did he say? Oh, if a teacher would have had a gun, I guess he was referencing the Parkland shooting, he'd have shot the hell out of that guy. And I'm like, wait, so let's get this straight. The answer to the gun problem is to add more guns? That's what he's saying, right? I don't get that shit. He's saying add more guns to the fucking already bad gun problem. That makes no sense. I don't understand that. And you got to think about it too. All right, say if you give the teachers guns. All right, is it like this evaluation test they got to take? Do they have to have a background check, test too? Background check? Because remember, half of these fucking teachers are fucking the students. So you want to get caught up in a love triangle or some shit? This bitch gonna take out the class because Roger in 3rd period didn't fucking, give her a kiss this morning. Fuck out my face. Remember the teacher that took some girl and they went across the country? They was on the run for a minute. You gonna give him a gun? I love you, Sarah. Nobody else can have you. What? Mr. Ogilvy, no. You gonna give him a gun? I saw this one badass fucking teacher too, man. God damn. This bitch was on the yacht. Body was dope. Pretty. And again, she's fucking Roger from fucking algebra. Really. And she was married with a kid. You gonna get that bitch a gun? She'd have probably killed both of them. Fuck out of here. As a matter of fact, again, during this walkout, one of the teachers went and the kids' backpacks and stole money. She stole money while the kids were walking outside. She's like, yeah, it's a good cause, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Took the money. She got caught though, stupid bitch. You gonna get that bitch a gun? Huh? Fuck out of here. I'm crazy. And then one Republican in South Carolina, he said that, and I think he has a point when he said this. He said they're using the children to push an agenda for guns or whatever. I thought he had a point. I'm not necessarily in agreeing with him, but I'm just saying that, when you see a lot of things, it's like, I don't know. Like, for instance, they wasn't that strong about the gun control when Trayvon got shot, right? Or Tamir Rice. People would, because, when people protest, for people, the shit to happen, they got to be a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. A nation full of kids all doing it at the same time. And the thing is, there's another story. There's a story in Ohio, I believe. A student, he didn't protest. He sat in class. And guess what happened to him? He got suspended for a day. I was like, wow, why? Why did he get suspended? I mean, is he supposed to protest? Or you're forcing him to protest? And I think that's where this circle is shrinking in terms of this political correctness. Now, you can't say what the fuck you want to say on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. You can't. Because everybody be like, oh, you can't say that. And they're, you're a dick or whatever. It's crazy. But I thought that Republican from South Carolina, he had a point. Like I said, I don't necessarily agree or disagree, but it's just like, yeah, do you have to automatically go along with this shit if you like it or not? Right? But I get back into that protest. And the pretty much the last thing I found interesting about that shit was Morgan Roof. Morgan Roof is the sister of Dylan Roof. If you don't know who Dylan Roof is, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But anyway, Dylan Roof killed 9 black people in Charleston, South Carolina. Church. He killed them. They was nice to him and everything. He walked in the church. They was nice to him, sat down, and he killed them. Right? Mass shooting, right? Well, his sister, on that same day of the walkout, she went to school with pepper spray, a knife, and marijuana. But when she went to school, she was on Snapchat. And I'm going to see if I can pull up what she said on Snapchat. Now, mind you, this is the sister of Dylan Roof. Now, Dylan Roof, when they looked into his background, he was into all this like Nazi shit, racist shit, and all types of shit, right? Anyway, this is Morgan Roof, his sister, who's now 18. I wish that bitch take a trip to India, but whatever. This is her quote. You're walking out for the allowed time of 17 minutes. They are letting you do this. Nothing is going to change. What the fuck you think he's going to do? I hope it's a trap and y'all get shot. We know it's fixing to be nothing but black people walking out anyway. No offense, but... And she has this like really stupid look on her face. But first of all, she said, she spelled your Y-O-U-R. No, you stupid bitch. You fucking spelled it wrong. Y-O-U''R-E. I swear this fucking society is getting fucking ridiculous. And then she said, we know it's fixing to be nothing but black people walking out anyway. So you could tell this bitch is like poor white trash, right? That's what she is. She's a fucking hillbilly. right? But this is my question about that whole shit. Why was she allowed to get to school like that in terms of her carrying weapons? Now, my thing is this. Her brother did some fucking crazy shit, and the FBI is not monitoring that family? Because now you're showing a repeat behavior. It's a son and a daughter, right? Where do you think they got all that fucking hatred or whatever from? Surfing the World Wide Web? I don't think so. I think it was fucking from the parents, right? Or Uncle Carson. I'm pretty sure it's somebody in their home fucking, was preaching that shit. Come on, get the fuck out of here. That's 2 for 2. How come the parents ain't being investigated? And my thing is like, the FBI or whoever don't fucking check what this bitch do online. Her brother just committed mass murder and you just let her just fucking roam freely with weapons? Shit. Again, when Trayvon got shot, they treated him like he was the one who shot somebody. Like he was a goddamn criminal. I'm like, damn. And then they started researching his, background. What was he into? What did he do with it? Well, he's dead. What are you talking about? Let's research the motherfucker who fucked him up. Then again, how come they not, pressing this bitch? I mean, to be fair, maybe she had those weapons because, people fuck with her in school. I don't know. But she also did have marijuana on her. I think she had a $5,000 bill or whatever. Which 10%, that bitch is back on the street doing what the fuck she do. Being a stupid bitch. Morgan. But, I don't know. I just found that fucking just weird, man. Just fucking weird. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then I think the Parkland kids, David Hogg, the one that's accused of being a crisis actor. And those people exist. Please do not fucking think they don't. I've seen websites before, like a lot of this shit happens, like years ago. They exist. I'm not saying that he's one or whatever, but those people exist. Crisis actors do exist. Anyway. But I see all this shit. I'm just like, damn. Because they had an interview on 60 Minutes. These kids are like damn near famous now, right? Because they're the poster boys and girls for, gun control or whatever. And I was watching I wasn't watching 60 Minutes. I saw a commercial for it at 60 Minutes. And then he had another guy, and he was like, oh, we sit down with the fucking, the Iron Sheik of Iran and shit like that. I'm like, and then, the guy is walking over and he has the fucking garment on and shit. And he's smiling and he shakes the reporter's hand. And for some reason, to me, they just look like actors. I don't know. To me, they just look like actors. I'm just like, that shit looked fake as hell. For the most part, a lot of these newscasters and politicians read from teleprompters any goddamn way. They're being fed lines for the most part. But what I want to get into really quick, well, I don't know how long it's going to be, but propaganda. If you haven't seen this documentary, it's called Century of the Self. Check it out. It's fucking dope. It's about this guy called Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays. Bernays. He was the nephew of Sigmund Freud. Well, they call him a double nephew. I don't know how that works, but whatever. Nephew of Sigmund Freud. And he was pretty much the father of propaganda, or the father of spin, or whatever they call it. And propaganda, let me read the definition for you. I hope I'm not boring y'all with this. This is fucking interesting, trust me. I'll tie into you personally. Watch. All right, propaganda. Propaganda, noun, derogatory. Entry 1, right? Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. Example, he was charged with distributing enemy propaganda. It was like a sentence. Entry 2, a committee of cardinals of the Roman Catholic Church responsible for foreign missions, founded in 1622 by Pope Gregory XV. I don't know where that definition was going, but the first one is pretty much what I want to, get at. But propaganda, this guy, Edward Bernays, did a lot of shit, man. A lot of shit. And again, Sigmund Freud is his uncle, right? And people always say, "Oh, Sigmund Freud is we debunked all of his shit, blah, 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 blah." I'm like, I kind of agree with Freud. When Freud said this, that human beings are naturally irrational. And I said, I kind of agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are morally good, but I think there's a lot of people who take advantage of certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Or exploit certain, opportunities or people or whatever. I think there's some like evil motherfuckers out there. Like, remember that swimmer, Brock Turner, that raped that girl behind the dumpster? Remember him? And the judge was like, "Oh, well, prison is, you're not built for prison, so we're not going to put you in there, blah, blah, blah." And I think he gave him something like 6 months probation or 30 days and just something really, really lenient. And then people said there's no such thing as racism or injustice or too political, too judicial systems or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. This dude got caught raping a fucking woman. Shit, Kobe Bryant consensually fucked some fucking girl in Colorado, and he's still considered a rapist. Remember he accepted that award like a couple of weeks ago or whatever? Oh, he was a rapist. No, he got charged with it and he beat it. Yeah, that's what happened. But this dude got caught raping a woman and got let go. But my point is, he took advantage of the circumstance, right? This chick is passed out. I don't know how he felt about it or whatever. He probably thought he'd get away with it because he's an evil motherfucker. You know what I mean? And that's what it is with a lot of this shit. Like, there's people out there now who, they know the consequences and they'll still do it. They're irrational fucking people. Anyway, this is what Edward Bernays used to do. Like I said, the father of propaganda. He had people change their diet, their habits, political beliefs, all that shit. Like, for instance, what would you think is the normal breakfast that everybody, consumes or whatever? Bacon and eggs, some coffee, toast, right? Juice or whatever. But a lot of people eat bacon and eggs in the morning. It wasn't always like that. I think this is like around the 1920s or whatever. The average American breakfast or diet was like toast and tea, and they going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have the time to sit there and, I guess, cook it or whatever the case may be. So the people who sold bacon, they wasn't making money like that. So they hired Edward Bernays, which was, pretty much a PR person, public relations. So every time you hear public relations, just be careful what you're about to hear. Well, prepare yourself for what you're about to hear. But anyway, so they was like, how can you get them to start buying more bacon? So this is what he did. He went to doctors and he surveyed doctors. And he asked doctors, what would you recommend? A hearty breakfast or a light breakfast? Now, he didn't say what it could either consist of. He just said, which one do you recommend? Our doctors. So, obviously the doctors was like, oh, yeah, we recommend a hearty breakfast. So instead of saying buy 2 packages of bacon and get 1 free, or buy 1 is 50% off. No, he slapped the label on the shit saying that most doctors recommend eating a hearty breakfast, starting with bacon, I guess, or whatever. Boom. Everybody eats bacon and eggs for breakfast. Can you even imagine breakfast without bacon and eggs? I can't. It's like cereal, right? Like, I can't imagine breakfast without cereal, even though I don't eat the shit no more. But I mean, I always thought it because that's where we were raised, But he did shit like that. And you know who was I guess like I wouldn't say a follower, but a person who paid attention to what Bernays was doing, and he had a couple of Bernays books. Joseph Goebbels. You could say he was Hitler's PR person. That's where the propaganda came from. This guy, Edward Bernays. Like, he had shit where he got women to start smoking. Now, see, people don't understand this, and I say this shit all the time. First of all, me personally, I don't like women who smoke. Just don't. I mean, I've dated maybe like 1 girl who smoked, but and it wasn't like I avoid women who smoke. It's just I do not like women who smoke, because why, they have like this fucking edge to them for some reason. You know what I mean? Like, they're not docile women. Not that I prefer docile women, but women that smoke always have like this they have a bitchiness to them. I'm not saying all, because trust me, I know a lot of women who smoke cigarettes, and I respect a lot of them. But I'm just saying that they're no pushover. Put it that way. You ain't just fucking, nah. There's going to be some pushback with her, whatever. Sometimes for no reason. But anyway, in the 20s or whatever, it was before it was taboo for women to smoke in public or at all. In New York and in Washington, D.C., they passed a bill to prohibit women from smoking. Crazy, right? Like, can you imagine that? If they told women nowadays, especially the women who smoke, yeah, you can't smoke no more. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. It was so bad that this one woman, she was smoking around her kid, right? And she got arrested and spent 30 days in jail. Because they said what she was doing was, she was detrimental to, she was like doing something morally wrong to the kid. I was like, morally? What about health-wise? The kid is breathing that shit in. It's morally destructive or some shit like that. His morals are at risk. I'm like, damn. But see, this is how Bernays got women to smoke. So Lucky Strike cigarettes. Matter of fact, remember Lucky Strikes? Remember they used to have the candy cigarettes? Remember the candy cigarettes? They try to start kids young with that shit. But anyway, Lucky Strike, the carton of cigarettes is it's like a light forest green back in those days, right? So what he did, he went out to the fashion designers or whoever did the ad for Macy's or whatever. It's like, yo, whatever the dress of the month is or the outfit of the month, make that shit light forest green. So he already planting the seed early on. Because women are going to be like, oh, those are some nice shoes. That's a nice dress. I like that color. I like that color. And then it gets familiar with them. And then they see it on a cigarette carton. But it wasn't just that. He had them, he had a group of women walk down, I think, 5th Avenue in New York on Easter Sunday during the Macy's Day Parade. And they all lit up cigarettes. He had them light up cigarettes and start smoking cigarettes. Because he was getting paid by the cigarette companies to fucking increase sales. Because he already did it with bacon and shit, right? So he did that where women started smoking because they thought of them things as torches of freedom. That's what they called them. Torches of freedom. Down there, you put the shit together, it's like, boom, the light forest green and the torch, Statue of Liberty, right? And she's a woman too, right? So it's like they play on people's like emotions for the most part. Like, what do you really want to do? Because the thing is, like, women who smoked at that time, it was like this gender equality type of issue. You're like, oh, now we can smoke too, nah. Because they feel as though it's like a penis for a woman. Like, yeah, look at me, I'm independent. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. These women have a fucking certain edge to them. You don't believe me? Just observe certain women who smoke. There's not too many women that's like really like shy and they smoke. Nah. There's some bitch with a fucking tattoo on her shoulder and a fucking pack of Newports rolled up on her other sleeve. Right? I was like, it's crazy. But my thing is, if you can manipulate people to jeopardize their health, how else would he be able to do it? So he was doing shit political as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, the public automatically gets swayed, you know, to whoever they want to, you know, people to pick. I was watching this shit called about the economic hitman. It is, check it out if you get the chance. It's just put economic hitman. It's where they pretty much destroy countries for the most part, from the inside out. And part of that shit is propaganda. Like, they'll go there with a bunch of money, and then they'll, fund both sides of the shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're for, you're against, all right, whatever. Pay a bunch of people to fucking start a riot. And it could be like a little bit of people, but they make it seem bigger than what it is. Then everybody turns against the fucking, president or leader or whatever the fuck. And I was like, damn. And they doing this shit all over the world. That's why when I see like news stories and just shit, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what do they want? Why are they showing that? Like, for instance, I saw this story about a French bulldog that got locked in the overhead compartment on United Airlines. So United Airlines, the United Airlines is in some shit again. And the thing is, I saw it on CBS News. I think that was one of their headline stories. And, dog died, a little girl and her mom was going to Texas, I believe. And obviously you can't bring the fucking dog on. You can't hold it while you're flying. So the flight attendant put it up in the overhead compartment. The dog barked for like 2 hours and then died. My thing is, nobody said shit about that. Like this dog barking. Like, listen, I like animals. I'm not an animal lover. Like, I love animals, but I'm not an animal lover. Like, the motherfucker's not sleeping in my bed with me or I don't kiss animals in the mouth or no shit like that. They sleep on the floor. I'm not putting them in a fucking baby carriage or no shit like that. Fuck that. But anyway, I was like, damn, And the most interesting part about it, if you get a chance, look up this story. It's the French bulldog on United Airlines. The mom, she didn't speak English, but she got some fucking tits on her. Oh my God. Shit. As soon as I finish this podcast, I'm about to look at that shit again. Visit that story. She got some fucking tits. I ain't gonna be front. God damn. But I saw something weird. Fucking Tommy Lauren, she was on like Fox and Friends or Sesame Street, one of those fucking, kids shows. And she admitted, I think on Twitter or something, that she kicked her dog because her dog was acting up like 5 times underneath the table or something while she was on air or whatever. And so Peter automatically, went at her, whatever. And you know what she did? She apologized. And I said, wait, hold up. This bitch ain't apologized for all that shit she was saying before. And she apologized for a damn dog. Again, I like animals. I've had animals. I mean, but come on. And I was like, wow, this bitch ain't apologized for none of that shit she said. When Peter went after her, because, you know, Peter is like, you can't say nothing against them. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they're like a bully group or whatever, like the LGBT, but it's like, it's something like that where if you disagree, you're an asshole. Like the protests, right? When the students sat down in Ohio, he got suspended because he didn't go with the collective, with the massive people or whatever. This I thought this was interesting too. Fucking Shannon Sharp was on Undisputed, right? And he said something I thought was interesting. He said something about Colin Kaepernick, because Kaepernick is holding private workouts. He's trying to come back to the NFL or whatever. And he said, well, Colin Kaepernick protested. You know, he was trying to bring attention to a situation. And I was reading between the lines what he was really trying to say, because this was, I think, the day of or the day after the Parkland shooting. Pretty much, it's like, how many people say, "Hey, man, you can't protest at your place of employment, at your job. That's some shit you do on your own time." But it's like when people protest, they're actually bringing awareness to something that is wrong. For the most part, it's horribly wrong, right? Or something that we need to address as a society. So he's saying, hey, you know, you got killed unarmed black men, or you choke them, or whatever you do. I think we need to take a time out and address this. And the only way I'm gonna get your attention is probably, you know, where I make it inconvenient for you. So when you watch football, you're like, God damn, that nigga's kneeling again. I mean, when protests and whatever, they're usually blocking up traffic and shit like that any goddamn way, right? That's an inconvenience for everybody. But it's just like, what the fuck are they doing? About what? What's going on? So when the students, when they protested at school, right? Are you there to learn or are you there to protest? I didn't see nobody say that. They didn't say that. Because you know why? Because it was massive amounts of people. What the fuck can they say? And that shows you like how powerful a protest can be, you know, when effective. So nobody really had nothing bad to say except for that one, was guy in South Carolina. But it's crazy, man. I don't know. People are crazy. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I don't know if you've seen that they released the Pulse nightclub shooting. Remember the gay club in Florida? In Florida again, Florida is just all fucked up, right? God damn. They got a bad football team. Everybody's getting shot. God damn. Anyway, they released a video, right? So now I think there's a trial going on for the wife, you know, and she pled not guilty because they want to know that she aid and, you know, help him do this shit, or she was supportive of him, or whatever the case may be. She got charged with that. And I'm like, wait, hold up. Didn't fucking Morgan Roof and fucking Dylan Roof, right? Two fucking evil ass kids, you know, did some shit. You know, both of them got arrested, but the parents, they weren't tried. Again, nobody questioned the parents. Shit, they should kick the fucking door down, fucking arrest the mother and be like, yo, sorry, man, but apparently your pussy is a threat to national security. You keep spitting evil motherfuckers out. We gotta put your shit on lock. Huh? They ain't doing no shit like that. So I'm just like, how come the lady is getting fucking questioned to death? I don't know. Whatever. Crazy is crazy. Oh, I saw the fucking, I'm pretty sure everybody saw it, the fucking Avengers Infinity War trailer. Dope. I watched this shit a bunch of times. Because, everybody tries, oh, look at the Easter egg. They put this in the trailer. They put that off. You really knew what you was looking at. Whatever. Just enjoy the fucking movie. Stop picking it apart already. I get it. Now, I'm a geek when it comes to that shit too. And just to let you know, they're not fucking with Thanos. They're not, it's a movie. They're going to win, and shit like that. But truth be told, they, those Avengers right there, they're not fucking with Thanos. Like, they had Captain America, like, resisting his fucking, oh, look, he has a power stone. And Captain America is strong. He ain't that fucking strong. They're just fucking stroking your dick. That's the only thing they doing. Like, come see the movie. But there's a couple, honestly, I didn't know they actually moved it up a week earlier. I was like, why? I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm questioning it. And the reason why I question it, because I'm like, I think it's because Black Panther, fucking how Jay-Z said it, came down and kicked the buildings. Came through and kicked the buildings. Or whatever the fuck he said. But anyway, I was like, wow. They did that because Black Panther was tearing shit up. That's what I think. I mean, it makes sense. Black Panther was still the #1 movie this weekend. I think Tomb Raider just came out. Black Panther still beat that shit. I think Black Panther is going to still be in the movie theaters while Avengers is still out. And some movie theaters watch. And another thing I didn't really like about the how they was presented, the trailer, was they had the thumbnail. If you go to YouTube, and I went to the official Marvel shit, their channel, the thumbnail for the video is, it's Captain America, Black Widow, I think Bucky, and it's like Black Panther and Wakandan soldiers or whatever. So I'm like, y'all just using the momentum for Black Panther so people could go watch this shit. When I went to go see Black Panther, I sat next to an older black woman. Now I'm making an assumption, but I was like, I'm pretty sure she don't know what the fuck, who T'Challa is and all this other shit. She don't know. She just went to go see it, just like how black people voted for Obama just because it was black. Okay, cool. And plus, it's good to see us in roles like that, just as heroes and whatever, because you don't see it, And check this out. I didn't even talk about this story, but when Black Panther crossed the $1 billion mark, by the way, it was in China, and China is the #1 like movie market in the world because they have a bunch of motherfuckers over there. But anyway, there was a story that came out, and it was like pretty much saying that Asians didn't really like the movie. They were saying like racist shit about the movie. Like, oh, I haven't seen that many black people in the movie, and when they had the scene, it was a fight scene, it was too black and it was dark. I couldn't find my seed, and saying a bunch of racist shit. But that's, when Black Panther comes out, for instance, like black people, we eat that shit. We know motherfuckers was going to be racist about Black Panther movie. We knew that shit. Going in, like, they're going to say some racist shit. They are. In the comments and all this other shit. So this website that was, I forget, it was Chinese or whatever, right? They were saying that. But people, checked it out. They went to the website, and it was just like our websites. There's assholes here and there, but, for the majority of the people, they liked the fucking movie. They liked it. They thought it was cool and shit like that. So what I'm saying is that, see how they try to take something, a small fucking group, and make it bigger than what it is? And they try to make us like pretty much hate that group or say shit about them. Because I was ready to go off on Chinese people. I'm sorry, I was about to I was about to do it. I was like, oh, it's not really like that. Propaganda. But yeah, I didn't like that with the Avengers thumbnail shit. I didn't like that. I just think they're stealing some of the thunder from fucking Black Panther. I mean, they all Marvel movies. I get it, but you think check this out: if Black Panther had tanked, or just they didn't do as well. It was okay. You think he would have been on on that thumbnail? Like you click that video before you click the video, you see just Black Panther and Captain America. And I don't think you would have seen that. I don't think you would have seen that. You'd have probably saw all of them together, like all the Avengers or whatever. That's just my 2 cents. That's what I think. I don't know. That shit's gonna be dope though. And he fucking I don't know. I don't care who fucking Thanos killed, Captain America or Iron Man. Take your pick. Give a shit. Not that I don't like their characters. I actually like Captain America since the fucking Winter Soldier shit. But that was a good movie. But other than that, whatever. I need to put. But you know what I think is going to happen? I think whichever one he kills, right? That's not going to be the real version of them. That's going to be like a Skrull or something. And I'm getting a little bit into the Marvel shit. If you don't know who the Skrulls are, like Super Skrull and all that, I think one of them is going to be a Skrull, and I think that's why you don't see Sam Jackson, right? Shield, right? He's hiding somewhere. I think he had a voiceover in one of the fucking trailers, but he's hiding somewhere, and I think it's because of the Skrulls, the Secret Invasion or whatever. And then they're going to tie that into the fucking Captain Marvel movie, but that Captain Marvel movie supposedly happened like in the 90s or some shit. I don't know. We'll see. I can't wait to see that shit. But I'm gonna get out of here. And I guess I'll see you guys next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. Peace.